What's going on, y'all? Today I'm gonna do a install of a Punishment Racing from my intercooler on my GST. I got this off of a Facebook group called DSM Classifieds, I believe, and I got it for 200 bucks. I'm still riding the stock side mount intercooler with hard piping, but today I'm gonna be upgrading it and going with the front mount intercooler setup. So I'm pretty excited to do that. So it should be a good video. It should look pretty cool. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take off my front bumper and then kind of test fit the front mount intercooler on there. Since I got this front mount intercooler used, it didn't come with a mounting bracket, so I'll have to cut into the crash beam that it has coming out of the factory. So it'd be pretty cool. The cool thing about these front mount intercoolers from Punishment Racing is that they're pretty cheap, I think. 400. They're brand new. They're 400 bucks. I paid 200 for mine shipped, so they're pretty cheap. At the same time, I get to keep my fog lights, which is it's an advantage as far as aesthetics. I think I really wanted to keep my fog lights. I know that ETS, I think, is another company that makes front mount intercoolers. You have to take off your fog lights, so I'll get to keep mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off that front bumper and see how it looks. Okay, so I took off the front bumper and I noticed I didn't have a crash beam, so I can't mount it. It didn't come with a mounting bracket, so kind of complicated things. But I looked around the garage and I ended up finding this piece of metal that I could use to mount. Obviously it's a lot longer, but I'm gonna end up cutting here. And I think it's gonna work. I think it's strong enough, it's sturdy enough for the front mount, and it already has pre-drilled holes, so makes an advantage. Alright, so pretty much got it done. Ran into some complications. I had to cut the J-pipe because it was meant for the side mount intercooler. I had to fabricate it or modify it to fit from my intercooler. It was missing some piping, so I had to kind of modify the previous hard piping that I had for the side of my intercooler. And if you kind of check it out, I had to cut this pipe here to make it reach from the elbow to the blow valve or to the lower intercooler piping. But ended up, I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Okay, so just a quick update. Yesterday I ended up, first of all, this isn't a tutorial. It's not to teach you how to put on your front mount. I just wanted to do a little video on me on purchasing a new part for the DSM. So I ended up putting the front mount on, and I wanted to show you the bracket that I made. Okay, so there's the bracket that I made for the front mount. Now this is just temporary. It was mostly so I could just mount it that same day. I'm gonna buy a stronger piece of metal to mount the front mount on, but it is pretty strong. It is safe. So yesterday when I went on a drive, one of the first things that happened when I went on the boost was that this piping popped out of the coupler, and it's mostly due because these are cheap clamps. So I had to order T-bolt clamps where they're able to hold on tighter. So this is a coupler that goes from 3 inches to 2.5 inches. Overall, I think it'll be okay. I'll go ahead and test it out. If not, I'll have to buy another longer elbow so it meets with the actual Punishment Racing piping that goes to the front mount. Other than that, I haven't had any issues. I still have to cut the bumper, so I'm able to actually allow it to sit on the car right. Okay, other than that piping popping out, everything else was pretty smooth. I had to cut a little bit. I had to make a couple of adjustments and modifications, but it works. I guess it's one of the downers of buying used products. It's just that it's not the same as new. You're not gonna get new clamps, new couplers. Some piping might be damaged. Some fins might be bent. But overall, I think it's a pretty good deal. Later on, I think I'm gonna go back and replace all the couplers, get all new T-bolt clamps and whatnot. So I'm confident in the modification. I don't want to modify just for fun. But overall, I think it's good. It's steady, it's strong. I'm gonna go out and take it on more spins and adjust according to that. The next thing to do is that I'll have to modify and cut my bumper, and that's Duke. Everybody, say hi, Duke. I'll have to cut the bumper. Most of the time, we cut according to this here. Now, this is not the first time I owned a Punishment Racing intercooler. I've had a couple of them, and they're pretty awesome. But we do have to cut according to so I'm able to clear the actual core or the intercooler. So I'll be cutting this off here at the same time. But thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Instagram, and it's always a real cool thing. I love Eclipses, I love DSMs, and keeping them alive is a cool thing. It's a good thing. If you follow me because of detailing, you guys, thanks for your support. If you follow me because of the Eclipse, thanks for your support as well. If you need any work done on your car, I'm willing to travel to LA if the money is right, okay? But as most of you guys know, I love high-end detailing, and that's my thing. And follow my Instagram at bulldetailing_. Hit me up on slip into my DMs, talk to me. Let's talk about cars. And the future for this car here is I'm hoping to do some. I want to start doing some suspension modifications. I'm thinking about Pro Kits and AGX or KYB AGXs. So that might be the next modification for this. So I'm able to get it. As most of you guys know, as mentioned on my previous videos, I want to do some Auto X, maybe later on some road racing. But for now, I want to do some autocross racing on it. So I want to modify according to that. But thanks for watching, guys. You guys have a great holiday.